So this is Blood Bowl Game 4 for Triton's Troll Killers, this time against another troll team, Bald and Plentiful. Bald and Plentiful have not had the best run so far. A draw and a couple of losses. No, a loss and a couple of draws to date, I think. Whereas I'm 2 wins and a loss, unfortunately, last week. Bit of a dicing. I have unfortunately lost the kickoff, and so have to go up against him. He, against what my mentor expected, has bought himself a reserve, so I'm expecting a big fat fouling. He's left off the... What's he left off? He's left off the thrower. He reckons he won't need this half, which is fair enough. Nice defending. Yeah, that's fair enough, I guess. And he's got the lineman he can foul me with, which is not fun at all. So let's see how we get on. Kick-off event was quick snap, I think. Yeah, so here's me quick snapping around. 1 extra square of movement for all my players if I want. I kind of figured this way I could get an easier hit on the troll with just a push away from the sky, I think. Oh, put skills on. There we go. Let's put all skills on. So this blitz was a bit of a tricky one for me because of the distance he was back, which is quite a long way back. The quick snap certainly helped me do it, but it leaves these 2 players away from my line. The first troll hit didn't work, but the second troll hit did, and that actually better for me because I'd rather he was in the middle. So no troll hit on his troll, that's fair enough. And I brought him back as cover, just to have him more central depending on craziness. And then what do I do here? I just slightly narrowed to give them, well, to give him a bit more defence. He's the obvious blitz target, so sucking the blitz down this way. He could equally go again against this guy relatively easily. And so by giving him as a target, you know, either way, the easy blitzes are on the 2 loners. So all looking pretty good so far. Yeah, potentially could have followed up had this, you know, if I'd knocked him down over here, I could perhaps have followed up, so that was perhaps a mistake. But the troll, moving the troll forward was always tricky, so perhaps that was a mistake. But once I'd cleared, when the troll went down, I should have pushed him to here, moved this guy in, moved in, and then I'd have had some hits. Because I left this guy out to dry a little bit. And that was the guy who blitzed. But I got away with it. This time I do move in. Now I can blitz this guy down and get a safe hit. But I think in hindsight that was a mistake. If I'd moved this guy in from here, it would have solved the problem of this line being out. I could have put him here, which would have been better having him on the end. And then I could have blitzed in with the blitzer from here and then got away. And then moved this guy into here. So that was all probably a bit of a cock up there. I need to leave somebody here, but arguably this guy shouldn't be here. So I should be blitzing in with this guy into his blitzer. This guy should never have gone there. He should have stayed here. That would have been much better. So that was a mistake. And I realised it pretty much the second after I moved this guy. Like, oops. Because I've left him a lot of players over here against not many. Which arguably lets me push down here, but it's way too early to be doing that. So I think I end up having to move this guy a bit. Yeah, I ended up moving that guy across. So as it is, I get the blitz in with him, but these guys are still out of position. I do push into there, which is good, and then he should get back. But this line isn't as good because of it. And arguably I should have finished up by bringing these guys in, and I kind of liked having them hung down there as a bit of a threat of pushing down to see what he did, but I'm not sure it was good. I really wanted to gank this guy, but now of course this guy is so far over the left, I can't get around and gank him. Whereas if I left this guy central, I could have done. So that was, that guy's not in a great position there, but. So now this time he does blitz this guy, which is not unexpected, so I was kind of asking for that. But he can't follow up. But equally I'm not able to get in on him very easily, so, it's a way down the side, but again it's turn 2. I don't want to be rushing down the side because it means all I can do is score early, really. So I get the hit on this guy. Fortunately just a push. This guy should be able to move out to safety somewhere. I've got a hit here. Arguably this should be a... And then I can move this guy back and maybe move this guy forward. Yes. But I saw what I thought was a brilliant play here. By him coming down here, it means I can get a blitz with the... I've already blitzed. Oh yes, I can get a punch with this guy just by moving him up to here. Which gives me... Alright, this guy's in base contact. Which I don't see the difficulty with that. As it turns out, that was a huge mistake. But equally, I could have resolved that by going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could have got in there to support him by bringing this guy in. And I was thinking of dodging that guy out at the end, but yeah, that was probably a way to fix it if I'd gone 1, 2. But again, I've pushed a long way down the left for not a massive benefit. I've lost a lot of real estate because this isn't really stopping this guy from getting through and him owning all of this territory. So I've not done a great job. I've been pivoted for no great gain. Let's see what happens. That guy goes forward as well. Everybody's gone forward. Think better of it a little bit. This guy should at this point be getting into there. And then of course it skulls and it's alone for guy. So that ruins me. Because now he's got this guy, he's got a really easy hit on the troll. Which, had I realised the risk of that, maybe wouldn't have moved the troll forward. It didn't really help me, and it leaves his troll against my guys and I'm massively outstrength. So the whole thing, moving the troll down here, was, as it turns out, a massive cock-up. This early in the turn, there was no benefit to it. So he's come round, he's cancelled the assist here, cancelled the... he's done something. Yeah, cancelled the assist, and you can now get this really easy punch here. Skulls it, happy day for me, but then does that with it. And push him into here, and then of course he's thinking massive gang foul. Great. And I'm really in bad shape here, because I'm all stuck, men on the arse over here, troll getting gang fouls. Obviously that guy goes over, worse still, it's a knockout. So I've really put myself by turn 4 into an awful position where I'm totally dominated. He even moves this guy out of the way, and my ball's somewhat under pressure. He's got me locked down quite badly, and he's fouling my troll, which at least doesn't kill him. So I can't do an easy reverse because this guy's hard to get rid of, and I've got no players to do it. So I open up realising I'm in quite a lot of trouble here, and that's about the only 2 dice hit I've got, and he doesn't go down. And I've got one over here as well, but it's not really helping me, and I've got this guy going to start coming in, and I need to do something, and I've got myself into a terrible position. The troll being out of it, I'm massively dominated in player numbers here. In general, I'm a man down, 2 men down including the troll for this turn. That guy's out of the picture completely. And these guys, my strength guys that can do something, are stuck against this troll, unable to hurt him. So I've blitzed. Didn't get any joy out of it, but can then move this guy around as an assist to maybe move the troll. Oh no, other way around. I'm blitzing in to get the poke on him, which is the second bite of the cherry. This gets him down at least, to then move this guy around to potentially allow me to get this guy into assist to hit him. And I was thinking, well, now he can easily gank this guy. So I move the ball back so he's safe from him and safe from being run down by these guys just coming around the side. I only get a push, which is unfortunate, but at least he gets him away from me. No mighty blow hit for free. Do that hit there just to free up the Black Orcs so that he's not getting smacked this turn. And then I'm trying to find a position to get this guy safe. I don't want this guy to get hit either. And then I just try to dodge away at the end, which you know, saved him getting hit, but I'm not sure it was a brilliant play. If I'd moved him here, it might have been better. Well, no, it's a worse dodge, but I guess that's maybe the plan, get him somewhere next to this guy. So I've totally lost all positioning here, and it's a nightmare. And he's got another free foul on with loads of assists on this guy. And, you know, he plays it quite passively, to be honest. This was the expected hit. Just a push. But that actually hurts me because it lets him get subsequent blocks on this guy, which is awful. So it knocks that guy down, so now they've got even less strength on my feet. And, you know, I'm just in all kinds of bother. But he is out of rerolls, you know. You'd think I'd have a chance, right? Except I've lost all pitch positioning and I've got to score, so. So I spot this, which doesn't help me. Great. This doesn't help me. Getting pushes doesn't help me. At least it meant to be getting back. Oh, finally get a knockdown. And if I can get rid of him... Maybe I thought I had a troll push on then. Now I can get a guy next to the troll, and the troll can stand up, which, although he's still very hittable, at least he's not getting fouled. And then I'm red dicing it just to not get hit, which, you know, risky as hell. Now, I figure I can move the ball forward here, and because... But I guess I'd sort of thought that, alright, the base is the corner is based, but I've got to get forward somewhat. You know, I could have run over here, but the troll's free and could just come and blitz me. You know, there's no... Maybe I could have gone somewhere over here, but, you know, I don't want to... Maybe this was a mistake going here, because it causes what happens next. But I'm predominantly free. Yeah, he can easily get this guy down, I guess, and then he's got probably a hit on this guy if he blitzes this guy out of the way. So yeah, I'm kind of giving him an easy way in. So, and then of course my dicey dodge out at the end sucks a reroll. I was prepared to commit a reroll on that because I thought, well, if I send a scoring threat forward, he kind of needs to deal with it, which might suck a player away from this. And you know, he's not going to waste a blitz on it. He's just going to put a guy next to him. So he comes in around the back. The troll comes in, and then these guys are useless again. Move the guy in here just to cancel here, so he's useless. Move the guy over there. So now finally there's some space, but that frees up a guy to cancel the space. And now he's got guys to block the space up again, so kind of what he does. So all that was a desperate hope to get some space down there, and there is a bit of space down the side, but you know, I go into this next turn thinking, alright, it's game turn 6. Maybe getting down here is the way to do it. This guy has got this guy pinned. If I can stand up the troll, they're somewhat pinned. I've only got to, you know, maybe I can sideline cage it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Getting a guy in front is going to be a problem. You know, but this is my blitz target. The big mistake this turn, this guy on the ground, I thought was my guy. I don't know why, because I couldn't see his orange colour because he was lying down. I thought that was my guy. And I predicated what I did based on this being my guy. Let's see what happens. Troll doesn't stand up, that doesn't help. I follow here because I think this is my guy. I'm just looking to pin, and that was my only way to pin this player down. I go in for the blitz, seeking to get him out of the way to move my guy into an advantageous position. And it was about now I realised, shit, that's not my guy. And this double wobble move, I'm like, what the hell? That's not my guy. And so then I realised I got a problem from the back because I can't progress forward. And at this point, the ball is utterly unsafe. I followed him to try and pin him down, and I've got to dodge away to try and stop him from getting in. And also, he's got a fairly easy in over here. I mean, he hasn't got any players to do it with, but which I didn't kind of twig. So, arguably, I didn't have to worry about him getting in here. It was only here, so I made mistakes here. So this guy dodged out, that's great, but had I, and at the moment that's somewhat stopping, it's not stopping this guy from getting it at all, 1, 2, 3, it did nothing. If I had put him any other square other than there, you know, forward a bit, you know, if I'd risked this, it just was a shit show. And with the second guy, I had the option to get him in and stop this guy from getting in. But I still hadn't noticed that he had the easy in here. The easy 2 dice. Easy 1 dice. Yeah, because I got an assist. It's an easy 1 dice, but it's still a 1 dice. So I could have shut it down just by moving this guy into here. And, you know, I've still, because I've dodged him away, I've now left the back door open. 1, 2, 3 in that way. So I don't know why I went around there. It did nothing. So again, I managed to get the troll away. But there's a sort of a screen here, maybe, to stop this guy from getting in, sort of. And that guy tries to punch him down and gets the skull. So I've got myself in a lot of jeopardy here, which I didn't have to, through thinking that was my guy and through mispositioning here. He's got a 2 dice on the ball, at least a 1 dice on the ball. Still can't quite figure that out. This guy gets ganked, but luckily it's only a push, and that means that this guy can't get in. So he just bases, that's fine. And then, oops, it is a 2 dice. How is that? Oh, because he's cancelled him. That's how it's a 2 dice. It's just a really easy cancel from him. So, you know, positioning here, let him get an easy 2 dice. And fair enough, the ball pops loose. But because he's moved his guy for some reason, he hasn't got a jump in recovery. So, you know, his scoring opportunity's kind of gone. Start the turn, will the troll stand up? Okay, the troll has stood up. And now I'm in a situation where it's game turn 7. I have to have a guy within his movement range plus GFIs if I choose of the touchdown. At least 1 guy, ideally 2, by the end of the turn. But how do I get through? You know, I've got to also pick up the ball, so I've got to clear this guy if I can. And I've not really got all the players to do it. I can knock this guy down. The troll's just stood up. I can knock this guy down, maybe. Freeing up this guy to maybe do a 2 dicer here, which, you know, maybe gives me a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cover at the back a little bit. You know, there's a potential possible maybe of getting a ball carrier within scoring range. And then I've got this guy who can potentially do a dodge or something, but it ain't great. I'm in shit street again still. All my own doing. That is not the hit I need to allow me to do that plan. I don't follow to keep him pinned down. That is only a push as well. At least it gets me away from the troll. And so progress down here, I can't dodge out with him. I can't get an assist in to get a 2 dice. So I've got potentially a 1 dice blitz. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Blitz him out of the way. But then I haven't got anybody who can pick the ball up with the movement to get down there anyway. And then I've got this Black Orc who's going to gank me. So there's really no way through now because that was a push. That needed to be a knockdown, and it wasn't. Because then this guy could have gone 1, 2, 3, punch him in the face. This guy pinned this guy, and I could have maybe got the ball into... It would have been risky, but it was a chance to score. So what do? I move him into the assist. Arguably a mistake. He could have picked the ball up. And I go for a 1 dice. Doesn't work. I've got a follow-up chance to clear him with this guy, who then has to pick the ball up. So it was a risky 1 dice, and if it worked, I had to... So really, I can't take it forward. All I can really do is try and make it safe. That gives me a fairly safe carry, so I had to do it. And then this guy has to stand up and make some progress. So he is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 GFI scoring threat, so he has to do something with him. And I've gone this way, so he's further away, but still a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to assist, and it's a 2 dice there. So that's pretty much has to be his blitz this turn, because that's Yeah, sorry, I got it completely wrong. He is my only scoring threat because I couldn't get down. He's literally my only scoring threat, so obviously he's going to blitz him. That would be the right thing to do. I was a bit surprised at that. He's just shutting down this corridor. I get a little bit lucky with that because he doesn't get to progress forward next to these guys. This guy goes for a 1-die blitz. Bizarre. So as we finish there, he's now in a position where I've got to really struggle to score, and should I fail to score, this guy is getting surfed. Really, really, really easily. I don't want to play a surf when I've got the whole second half, so I need to figure out a way of giving me a chance to score. Well, and also, if the ball turns over on his turn and he can get it to this guy, he can. Oh, he's left him in a bad spot. If he had left him next to the troll could potentially throw him downfield with the ball and scored. Low odds, but it could have happened. The fact that he's put him there probably meant that wasn't on, because he'd have to. The troll would have to move next to him. He would have to get the ball. The troll would have to move next to him. He'd have to throw him. I'm not sure how far the troll can throw, but he might be short. He might literally not be able to do it, even with GFIs. But I didn't know, so I figured, well, I've got to stop him from the scoring chance. So I've got to hit this guy, and to hit that guy, I need to use this guy because he's got the chance of knocking him down. And once he's on his feet, he's not going to have the movement because he's going to have to stand up to receive the ball, so it's not going to happen. And then this guy can do a crazy dodge to maybe score. So here's what I do. Bang, thankfully goes down. And that clears the corridor for this guy to do the blitz. Do that next, because then I know where I stand. He goes down, guaranteed. No chance of scoring for that guy. Now I've got to save this guy from getting surfed. Because, you know, chances are it's going to be a turnover when I fail to score. All good. He's now fairly surf safe. Move him in so I can activate troll. Just cover the ball in case the troll dice fails. Great, but no banana. So now the play I've got is a dodge out, down in the end zone, run across here, toss the ball. Really low odds, but you know, it was a chance. Which was better than I deserved considering how I played the half. And then unfortunately, because I'd come out to do this, he now has a chance to absolutely gank this guy on 3 dice and then foul him. I questioned him using his goblin earlier for the foul attempts, when the goblin was his chance to potentially score back on me if I scored. So, I know he knows he can do a 1-turn touchdown with the troll because he did it last game. Well, tried it. Did he? He might have managed it 1 or 2 turns. But he doesn't seem to really understand it. So, again, the foul now is not bad because the goblin's done his job. And he's probably the guy you're happiest to be off because he's not going to be able to 1-turn next time. Or probably not going to want to. So, you know, the game's not lost. But it's probably the chance of winning's gone. Unless he does some complete cock-up and gives me the ball. Which, you know, he's well capable of. He's not a good player. So I set up in the planned strategy here. I don't like this setup, despite my mentor loving it, because it lets him... Sorry, I'm fast forward past this. Yeah, so this setup here, he's done a few blocks already, but means that with one of his Black Orcs, he can... Moving a Black Orc into here, he can get a 2 dice on probably my best player. And why would he not do that? My mentor seems to think this is a great setup because it means that I get hits back. Well, yeah, it gives me 1 hit back, probably at a disadvantage if he puts 3 guys here. Alright, he probably needs to put 2. Maybe it does, you know, but I might get a hit back if I bring a player in here to then get hit back. I might get a hit back on 1 player. I just don't see that it, you know, I don't see why he can't just blitz this guy. Equally, if I put him here, I mean, the reason I went with him at the front, which is what I meant to say, not the side, is because at least if he does choose to come in and smack him, he's not getting progress down the side. So I really hate this setup, and I'm going to discuss it with my mentor on Thursday, because what benefit does that give me? He can gank me with a commitment of just one player to get hit back, and if he has two players here, it's really hard for me to get hit back, and then I'm having to bring assists in and cancels and things, and it's just bad. I don't agree with it. But I did it, and I got sort of lucky, because off the line here, he punched me all down and didn't follow up. I probably would have followed. Gets the ball, all the expected, nothing too surprising here. And it's just consolidation, I think. He doesn't really... He does not a bad little setup. I mean, the computer was playing way faster than he actually did. I had a blitz on this guy pretty easily with the Black Hawk. Until he put that there, now I can't get my assist in. So the only option I've got is to come in and try and hit this guy, which is a lot of commitment of players. But and normally I wouldn't have bothered. I'd have just built a wall and said, come at me. But the mentor was banging on about, I'd not blitzed a couple of turns. The blitz is the most powerful action you have to blitz, so, all right, whatever. So I built a blitz out of this, which wasn't awful. I'm putting this guy, I think, in to get ganked with the hit back, and that gives me the Black Hawk blitz here. It's not awful. It doesn't leave me too weak on this side. It's only a push, unfortunately. If that had been a knockdown, it would have been a lot more powerful. But at least you have to activate the troll to get in the action. Oh, I don't know about that move there, but I just didn't like him gankable. So I put another guy there to get ganked. And maybe I've gone too far right now, but... And this troll goes stupid, so suddenly the blitz is a payoff. But this guy, I don't know why he brought him in. He didn't have to. He just did, but didn't cause me any great grief. So he can gank him, but he can't get a follow-up. So it's one hit on a loner versus a hit on a... that was a better blitz for me than it was for him. So maybe it was right to do it. So now he's coming hard down the right with all these Black Hawks surrounding the ball. But rather than bring his other players over to support, he moves them down the left, I think. This pens down one player, and then he gets the blitz in to hit this player, which is a knockdown. So... doesn't follow. Yeah, he just goes down next to the troll. So as the turn starts, I'm in fairly good shape. I've got this hit back. So again, I've ended up winning that blitz trade-off because I've got 2 hits on valuable players and all he's got is a couple of hits on weak players. So that was all a good move, that troll hit, in the short term. I haven't lost any position by doing that. I've got plenty of stuff over to deal with, this situation. And it's really, can I hurt the ball? I can't... Because he's put, maybe that's why I did it, he put this guy here, because he's put here, I can't easily blitz this corner, which is the corner I want to blitz. I mean, I could, actually. Stand him up, cancel the assist. It's a piece of piss. Don't know why I did that, but I decided to blitz that corner instead, which, was, I can see now was a mistake. In order to do that, I need an assist and to punch with a Black Hawk. The assist didn't have to be a Black Hawk. I just liked it being a Black Hawk, because in terms of defending this side, a Black Hawk at the front is better defence against Black Hawks. So, I've put one Black Hawk there, and maybe my other mistake was this next bit. Yeah, so I've ended up putting 2 Black Hawks way over here to get this hit, which, and then they're slow, so I get this hit in over here. Turns out to be a stun, so that's all good. Got 3 defending there. Could have hit this guy, I just didn't see it. I could have built a Black Hawk. No, because I wouldn't have had an assist. I wouldn't have had an assist. It would have been a wanna. So I get him down. Don't follow up, because I don't want to give him a free hit. But when I look at it now, had I followed up here, had I stood this guy up, which I didn't do, because I didn't want to give him the free hit, had I stood this guy up, had I maybe moved the troll forward one, then he couldn't have done what he does now, which is pin my troll down completely and block all my recovery back across this field. I can't do the movement easily now because he's in the way. I can't get back across field just by him moving that gate, which he wouldn't have done if I played by normal game, because normally I would have stood him up. Gets his troll on these guys, so they're out strength. Gets around the corner. I think he messes this up a bit because You know, he basically moves him there to cover, and then he's hoying back off the other side. He's on the reverse here, which is probably right because I'm over strengthening here, and I am weak because these guys cannot get back quickly. I'm weak, so he gets the Black Orc downfield. That's a real problem for me because again he's hard to move, and I haven't got a Black Orc free to punch him, so it's going to take 3 players' commitment to get him down, and he's taken these players out of it. Except for what he does here. Because he doesn't follow up, that player's actually ill with the assist, so... But I can't get enough assists in. So the problem is, because this player's here, he'll cancel any assist I put here, so I have to punch him down first with him to get players in here and here, so that then I can punch him down. So without using my blitz, theoretically he's going to be down, he's going to be down, he's pinning him down with him to some extent, and I ought to be able to get, you know, a couple of people in to deal with this guy, and life is relatively easy, except that who are the 2 guys that are coming in here and here? 3, 4, 5. It's a GFI to get him in there or there, which ain't great. And you know, so I'm short-handed because all these 4 are way over the other side. So I have not really got a good hit on him with the blitz. Let's see what happens. So he's coming in for the assist because once he's been moved... Oh no, he can't. It's got to be a blitz from this corner, hasn't it? Because he had to stand out, that was it. So I try and move the Black Orcs back. That was a bit of a no man's land move. I move him to there because 1, 2, 3, 4... I'm expecting that guy not to be there. But in case the troll goes stupid, I want to have him pinned. And then that has to be... The only blitz I can do is this. And it's a bad direction blitz, and then it's a push. So... Arguably it's not a blitz I should have made, and arguably at that point I should have followed. So now I've got this guy free. No, I haven't. He's next to the troll. And then I follow with the troll. Knockout, great. I've taken a play off the pitch, but I've then followed. So my troll is now away from the action. I did a bad follow. I shouldn't have done that. Annoyed at myself there. Hadn't moved this guy before I did all that, so had the troll thing failed, this guy's even more upset. You know, the risk is here now. He's got a very open 2 guys, so that all kinds of mistakes. And then didn't even move him then. Annoyed at myself. Didn't even move him then. I think I just ended turn without really thinking about it. So now he's pinned down these 3 with the troll, so I'm in trouble there. You know, I've only got one free guy. He goes for this mad handoff move, but I mean, to be honest, it's not that mad because if it works, he's pretty much home free. He's not home free, but he's got well forward, but way too soon. There was no rush to do this, but he has got a Black Orc in support. But this is a relatively easy hit on the ball here for me. And although he is doing stuff, had this guy been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here, it's a piece of piss hit on the ball. And instead he pins him down like this. So that was... Just not moving that guy was a massive mistake. So lots of mistakes made by me here on my defence. So first action, let's get the Black Orcs back to cover so that I've got players in place. Get a guy in at least who's going to do something. At least he's got to try and blitz me off to be able to score. And 1, 2, 3, 4. It shouldn't stop him because he can just step in with this guy, but it's better than having nothing there. And then the plan is to blitz him with the Mighty Blow guy in a minute. So I'm moving people back, but this guy's the guy with the speed and he's locked him down, so it should have gone the turn before. Big mistake. Get these guys up. Blitz in first, and maybe I stood up too many players before I did this, but what if it fails? And you know it does. GFI fails. It's only a GFI and it failed, but at least I get the ball ganked. And I go for the, you know, the scatter is a little bit unfair, but not the worst. But it lands somewhere where technically I ought to be able to do something with it. So I've got a free player if this block works. It's a better block to make than this block, which is also with Loner. Oh, maybe it's not because, you know, he's got... Well, they both got Loner, but he's got really stupid. But if it works, I can follow up, base him down, get a hit on him. You know, it's looking really good for me, and I've got a guy to potentially go and pick up the ball or stand next to the ball, and it's all good. But the stupid dice was a 1 in 9. It was a to both downs, and it's just, you know, arguably I should have re-rolled it. I had the re-rolls, it was absolutely critical. But I guess I didn't realise how critical it was, because, you know, there's no immediate way in that's obvious to me, but yeah, I hadn't considered the knockdowns. And I've got these 2 players over, and, you know, there's still a lot of play to go, so it was a bit early, I thought. But then he gets a stun, which really fucks me, so, you know. Arguably I should have tried the re-roll on it. I had to spare re-roll, it was a mistake, probably. Probably, but not as bad as leaving this guy over here. Anyway, so, first action, cover the ball, all good. And then he just ganks me down, which is frustrating, but pretty inevitable. I don't think he does a very good job here, to be honest. Because, you know, he pushes him into the path of this guy. So that's his easy ball pickup guy, and now he has to blitz to clear the path. And again, the path isn't clear. Just gets a push there, that helps me. These block Black Orcs are killing me. And he's only got 1 reroll here, so, you know, it ends up he doesn't get in to get anywhere near the ball. But the troll being down just gives me all kinds of problems. So yeah, no, he does get in to get someone near the ball with a dodge and a... And he fails the pickup, that's it. And then the scatter, you know... There's many more favourable directions for me than in the middle of this, where I've got all my players tied up. So as my next turn's about to start, I've got, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 free players, and you know, I should be able to, this should be a great situation for me. And this is where I think I fuck it up totally. You know, the ball's on the ground. I've got a chance to score. I've got a chance to stop him scoring. It should be a draw from here. I don't hate the 2 stand-ups. I don't hate moving the big guy in. I don't hate putting him there, because it pins this guy away from the ball. I don't hate the blitz. I do hate the double skulls. Into, you know, 1-9. It's like, God's sake, what does it take? So now I can't get to the ball. So all I can do is gank players. I feel I have to follow to pin the Black Orc down. And this is arguably where I make my biggest mistake. I've stood this guy up. I know I want to dodge him away. And look what I do. I'm thinking I can win this. I just have to have a scoring threat in place. I'm also thinking maybe I can get in this way somehow. And I'm taking him forward. And if I'd played safe and brought him back, I'd have a safety to cover a breakaway. Annoyed at that now, but it seemed like the right thing to do at the time, and I made the decision in a bit of a hurry. And then I also do something which arguably was stupid there. I dodged away from the troll to put a tackle up there on the ball, and I didn't really know what it was doing. It was a shit plan. Scatter. Into not the greatest square for him, to be honest. Troll does his business. Now I'm in trouble with the troll next to the ball. Easy hit here. Comes around to give us 2 dice, 1 dice, 2 dice, because he's cancelled, yeah. Gets him down. So now I've gone from thinking I'm in great shape here, enough to push a guy forward, to realising I'm in terrible shape. And he comes in to pick the ball up. Arguably tries a mad handoff, because he didn't need to a guy right next to the troll. I guess because he was, yeah, his plan was to run away and I had nothing to stop him, yeah. That run away there and I was fucked. And stupidly, I didn't even spot that, and just, you know, had this guy been back, he couldn't score at that point. I had a chance to 1 dice him. You know, so I've ganked that one up by sending this guy forward. Stupid. So I know all these positions are out, players are out of position now, and it's all shit. And all I've really got is maybe a 1 dice troll blitz. Is that my plan here? I don't know what my plan is. No, if you're going to do that, you should have stood him up earlier. Yes, I've got a 1 dice troll hit, which is 2 skulls in a row. It's like, you know, and now it's just easy for him, isn't it? You know, I should have stood that guy up. Didn't do that. That was a mistake. Again, I was trying to avoid hits because the coach said that's a good thing. But now he's just, you know, he's a handoff from a troll away from having an unstoppable score. And yeah, troll's agility. Well, it doesn't make a difference. It's the catch that counts. So, you know, it's only the 1 in 6 from the troll thing. And I've literally got no way to stop him, so this guy can't possibly score because I've got no way to stop him once he got the ball. The ball hits the ground there, I've got a chance, but it's loads, you know. And then he's over here, and I've literally not got a player that can reach him. And I've just cocked that up, probably by sending that guy forward and not standing that guy up for now. Which is not a Kaz, right? So the game's done at this point. He's going to score, nothing I can do. Try and get a few casualties. You know, I've got 1 turn to score after this. And I'm hoping he forgets to run over the line. I literally can't reach. You know, this guy just couldn't get there. 3, 4, 5, 6, GFI, GFI. Arguably he could have done. Oh no, he's 5. 3, 4, 5, GFI, GFI. I couldn't even base him. So I sent this guy over, you know, for no reason whatsoever. Sent that guy outfield for no reason whatsoever. It's all the right moves, assuming I had a chance of getting the ball. Let's try and reduce hits here. That potentially reduces me from getting hit back by him. But first the action run in, why not? Can't take the risk. He's on. You know, he wants to win the game. It's his first win. I would do the same. So yeah, really frustrated and angry with myself because could have been a win, should have been a draw, ended up being a loss, and for no other reason than bad play. I don't think that's dice. We'll have a look afterwards. So it's turn 8, and I figure I will practice a 1 turn because I'm quite angry at this point, and I don't really want to hurt his players because he's got a bad record up to now. I want him to beat other people to drag their scores down, and he'll do that with a full team. If I miss next game one of his guys, it might gift a win for the next team. You know, so arguably it's good for my team development, but you know, small odds of 2-star player points, small odds of casing him, but you know what I mean. It's just so I set up for 1 turn here. I don't think you can even do it. Where are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pushes. I don't think it's even possible to get 5 pushes. But I was thinking there might be a riot, or there might be a quick snap. And with a quick snap, it's a lot more doable. Quick snap him forward, and then you've got options. So that's what I was playing for. A riot or a quick snap. Didn't get it. So, you know, always trying to win against odds. So I figured, while I'm here, I might as well practice the 1 turn. Probably got the positioning bad here. The troll's probably in a bad spot. Troll should have probably been here. Arguably got the positioning of this guy wrong. Maybe he should have been here. Yeah, if he had been here, so I don't need him again. Get another push here. Don't follow. Yeah. And then I dodged in to do something there and realised I'd moved the guy that was supposed to be carrying the ball. Derp. So I get all the dice, just my own derpitude. I guess I was missing a player to go here. And I think that was this guy who was in the wrong spot. He should have been here the whole time. So even the pass works, so, you know, a pretty good impossible 1 turn attempt. Quite pleased with that, apart from the good derp up. MVP on the lineman, which is shit. I mean, it does mean that if I can get a pass on him or something, he will have potentially dirty player for not next game, but the game after against the Wood Elves, and that's good. I can at least try and play spoiler and kill his guys, but You know, it's just shit. Star player points were shit, obviously. 1 for the pass. You know, his were shit too, but that's what happens when you orcs. And let's look at the statistics. Right, the idea of this game was I was supposed to take less blocks. 40 blocks. Well, I did take less than I dealt out, but, you know, should have got 2 KOs for that. Supposed to take less blocks, but that game plan was in the bin. And dice rolls, I don't think were bad for me. He's got 32 good uns, 24 bad uns, but these aren't bad uns for a lot of his players. And 27. So yeah, that's not bad. So it's in favour of him there, definitely. Definitely dice in favour of him. And I had exactly fair. 19 and 19 is 38. So, you know, slightly more endy than pushy. But, you know, these aren't helpful for me with most of my players. I've only got 3 players with block because I'm down a blitzer. So, you know. But these were good enough. I mean, yeah. Just didn't happen when I wanted them. So that was game 4. Season's probably done. Not going to give it up because anybody can lose a game in this league. The Wood Elves winning all their... If Wood Elves beat everybody, then that, you know, they go through and cancel everything. But, you know, I was pretty pissed off. And that's that.